G'day guys, Duckville here. I've got a groovy new matchup from the Korean Replay Center playxp.com, and this one actually looks to be pretty cool. So I haven't fully watched it, but I've seen some of the comments about it on the firstly on the website, and also I think it was on sc2replay.com. And a lot of people said this was a pretty interesting map because this fella here, GreenPine, actually does something a bit different, but let's see how we go. So we've got GreenPine here on Metalopolis on the 3 o'clock position, and we have this dude here. I have no idea what his name says. If someone can actually translate that for me, that'd be pretty awesome, because yeah, I'm really not sure. I'm just going to call him Blue Guy or Blue Terran or something blue, and we will go from there. So let's have a look at how this progresses. This could be an interesting one because, of course, it's a TVT, so generally TVTs can get pretty long, given that you can have those sort of siege tank and Viking battles just sort of stringing out across the map. Also, these positions sort of favor a longer game because both of the players can actually sort of expand outwards this way across their sides. So blue can obviously go up this way as well. So we'll have to see what happens here in that regard. So we've got nothing really different going down from either of these guys. Blue's got all the standard sort of stuff going. He's not going to wall though, because he probably is not concerned about anything early from GreenPine, but we'll have to see what happens there with that. But interesting to note, GreenPine is doing a lot of scouting around in various areas, just checking for a proxy. I think he did scout up here just in case, because he did see a Blues scout here with the SCV which came out of the side. He may have been watching for a proxy there, but obviously nothing there, given that it wouldn't have been that fantastic of a spot. We've got orbital command coming down. As I said, everything pretty standard from here. Interesting that Blue has actually just run his SCV straight back out after scouting GreenPine's base. So he's going up to the Zelnaga watchtower. Nice little move there, just to keep on top of that, just so you can see what is happening. This SCV reckons he's pretty cool. He's going to try and take out this tech lab, but as we can see, that is going to take a few years. And not to mention, we got a Marauder about to pop out and kill him. So there we go. The Marauder comes out. Marauder is going to chase the SCV away. We've got a factory coming through from GreenPine, and nothing else too interesting coming out from there. I am expecting we're going to see some interesting airplay on this map because, yeah, just sort of from what some of the people said on the comments on the forums, on the replay website, sorry. So we'll have to see what comes out of it. No tech lab or reactor for GreenPine here on his barracks, so it doesn't look like he'll be doing anything bio. We do have the starport. He's doing that the 111 build with the racks, the factory, and the starport. And we have, it looks as if Blue is actually going to be doing some pretty heavy bio work himself at the start. So we've got a few Marauders out to defend, and nothing else looks to be coming just yet. We've got this Marine here, Hero Marine, going across the map here, going past this wolf statue, and he is going to take that particular watchtower as well. So we did get an early refinery here from GreenPine. Like, the second refinery was just a little bit before the normal timing. It wasn't massively early, but it definitely was a little bit quicker than you would normally see in one of these builds. We do have a tech lab on the starport as well, so it'll be interesting to see if a Banshee comes out. Could be doing some Banshee play, which would easily walk all over these Marauders, given that the Marauders obviously can't shoot air, so we'll have to see what's happening with that. We've got Reactor going down from Blue's third racks, and he's got Stim almost done. It is just about completed there. He is going to be moving some Marauders across. He would say he's going to try and put some early hurt on the wall here, but it looks like GreenPine's actually seen it. He's going to put a bunker up to stop the Marauders, which should easily counter that. SCV down here, just hanging out. He's probably going to grab an expansion. Interesting that he's going to grab that the third down here instead of his natural. So he's probably going to be trying to just sneak that one through, and hopefully he will notice that blue doesn't see it. We've got a Raven already out here from GreenPine. He's got one here. He's probably going to let it get some energy up. We got two bunkers here, which is easily going to fend off all of these Marauders that have come down here, despite the fact that they do have stim. So we'll have to see what happens here. We've got a total of 7 Marauders here and 4 Marines on the way with some extras as well. The stim is actually done for these Marauders, so if they wanted to, they could move up here and probably take out some of these buildings. But interestingly, GreenPine's got a sensor tower. Not really a common sort of building that you see. You do see it a bit in TBT, but mainly later on in the game, so it's not exactly the most common thing. But with the bunkers here, I believe Blue did actually scan that, so he has seen that the 2 bunkers are here, and he's just going to go back with all of these units. And because there's really, he probably can bust through, but there's really just that element of that we're this far into the game, and he's not sure what else could be behind all of these buildings. In fact, he may actually come and commit to it. Command center here is almost done from GreenPine. We got a factory going down for Blue as well, and it looks as if he's really not sure what he's going to do. He's going to just sit around and actually move all of his forces back now. He's probably going to take his expo, given that he knows that GreenPine isn't doing much just yet. And there it is. He's got the command center here at his natural. A bit more of a standard play as opposed to GreenPine, who's grabbed this outside expo at the 3rd position. And it looks as if, yeah, we've got 3 Ravens which are going to fly around. We'll have to see what happens with all of those. He's got a turret up as well just to defend, just in case. And there is a 4th Raven out as well. So he's going hard on these Ravens, and we'll have to see what he does with these. Obviously, the main point of getting the Ravens generally in a TBT is for spotting purposes and also for point defense drone, which can really help against Marauders. And these ones flying here in the turret actually takes out one of the Ravens, which probably wasn't the greatest idea. He actually has the Seeker missile all done on the Raven, so he's actually going to get that out, smashes through this Bioforce, and a second one goes down as well. Absolutely tears apart the Marines and Marauders here. One of the Ravens is almost dead, but that was some awesome play there by GreenPine, and it looks as if to help out these Marines, Blue's actually going to grab this bunker here just to try and make sure there is some safety for the Marines if they want to run away and hide in a building. Command center here for GreenPine is pumping out some more SCVs. He's going to get this base pumping because he obviously does need a lot of gas for the Ravens, given that the Ravens are 200 gas each, and at the moment he's only got the 1 starport, but he does have a second one just coming through now. But it's interesting that despite he's actually Blue's put down a lot of scans on GreenPine's base, yet he's just afraid of these 2 bunkers because of just because of their positioning and the fact that if the bunkers can't be targeted very well, then they won't go down, and then the units that are inside, which just by the way is just 4 Marines in each, is just going to tear through all of the units that get stuck on the ramp here. So we'll have to see how he reacts to that. You'd probably think some tanks or perhaps some Banshees for some outside harass play might be interesting to get in there and do that. But looks as if GreenPine has taken another base, and he's actually going to put the planetary fortress down on this one. We have these 5 Ravens flying around just looking for any sorts of units to take out. Obviously, given that he did get the fast Seeker missile, he can actually use that to take out if there's a whole bunch of Bioforces, or he can put down auto turrets if there's only a couple of them. So that'll be a bit of an interesting one. Hero Marine stimming across. He's going to run across to try and see what he can find at GreenPine's base. In fact, he grabs a tower just to make sure he's got vision, and a planetary fortress on this command center as well. So both of these expansions are going to be doing really well there. Auto turret goes down just for some harass here from GreenPine, but he does have a tank. He has a couple of tanks inside the base actually, and he's got an armory going down, so he might be looking to grab some Thors perhaps, or perhaps just some weapon upgrades, because to be honest, he doesn't really have any sort of Raven counters, I suppose you could say. It's a little bit difficult at times to counter Ravens, but I suppose he could, if he got out some Thors, that could definitely deal with them, or perhaps even a Ghost just to EMP, but we'll have to see what happens there. Again, GreenPine is expanding. He's grabbed this one down here at the 6 o'clock position. He's really loving these expansions here. He's probably relying on the fact that his opponent hasn't really done too much scouting here, although I would think, yeah, we've got some Marines running around the map just to try and scout out what is happening, because Blue's probably sitting here thinking what the hell is going on, because he hasn't actually seen any of these expansions at all. So we've got the Planetary Fortress here laying the smackdown on that Marine. That guy gets burnt to a crisp, and even his shield there. Nice work, Blizzard, with the graphics on that. Ravens are going to come across here and just see what's cracking over here. Nothing too much though, as we can see. The both players have generally been doing well with their economy. They're doing well in their harvesters. Interesting to see that the harvesters are actually, it's only one in front for GreenPine, despite the fact that he does have essentially these 4 bases up. There was a Marine here, I believe, that tried to have a go at this command center, but a Raven came over and put down a turret just to take care of that. Nice little move. He's going to grab a Planetary Fortress on this one as well. So realistically, GreenPine's really only sitting on these 2 command centers with their orbital commands to make sure that he can scan anything that's coming through. So if there are any sorts of cloak plays, it could be interesting, although I suppose he's got 10,000 Ravens, so cloak isn't really going to matter too much. These Marauders are going to try and come in here and take out the Planetary Fortress. Not the greatest idea, given that the Ravens are here, and the Ravens are going to drop down some Seeker missiles and absolutely tear those Marauders apart. Not to mention the fact that the Planetary Fortress is absolutely beastly when it comes to defense. If you ever get attacked and you've got your Planetary Fortress up, make sure you chuck down some SCVs to repair it, because if you have enough SCVs, the Planetary Fortress just will not die at all. So it's a great little defensive unit for building, I suppose, for the Terran players. We've got durable materials going down for GreenPine, and also he's grabbing the Corvid reactor. So a lot of upgrades you don't generally see, especially in a TVT here from GreenPine, as he's going with this very heavy Raven play. We've got a big mech force moving across here. He's going to, from Blue, he's going to chuck down the siege tanks, and the Thors are going to provide some air cover. They do come in and they're putting some hurt on these Ravens, but the Ravens are just going to spread out, chuck down some auto turrets, and the auto turrets are actually going to tear through most of the units here. In fact, he actually lost all of those units to turrets and Seeker missiles, and these turrets are going to even have a go at this scouting racks, which is just floating around. And in fact, Blue's actually got 2 scouting racks just floating around. I think he's realized that he needs to switch across the mech, and he's going to just be absolutely pumping out a lot of mech units here. He's got Thors and siege tanks all on the way. We have Terran ship plating coming from GreenPine as well. He's going to try and make sure those Ravens don't die too easily to the Thors. And as we can see in the economy as well, it's interesting that Blue is still actually ahead a bit on minerals. I would presume that's actually because he can have a higher mule count, given that he does have, he's got, well, almost got the 3 orbital commands up